Hello Jammers! Today we are going to talk about our server's upcoming writing jam and what coding projects can be done with that. The jam is on Itch, a platform for independent gaming and game jams or friendly game dev competitions. I put the link in the description below. The idea of the writing jam is to write a dialogue between two or more characters. It should be 700 words or fewer. All of it should be dialogue. So see to it that the characters talk to each other and that the situation is clear from their conversation. The writing jam submissions are text only for this month, but I thought it would be fun to use Scratch to show what you can do with the dialogue once you've written it. You will see that each of our monthly jams creates elements that you can then use to put into a final game. So for this time I'm going to show you how to use the text-to-speech function. And this involves planning out your conversation. So it's definitely good if you write it all down ahead of time, and you can do that by writing it down and submitting it to the jam. I know it's tempting to write something long, but it's better to start writing something short and then also put it into a program and see how it works out. And then the next time you do another project, you can make it longer. So here we have a simple button meme, and I'm going to start off with people reading the two button choices. So we go to the button sprite down here and to the code. So at the beginning we start off with the first button costume. We have 3 different ones, and the other ones are to make the buttons flash with slightly different color. For our purposes we start with just button 1, the first costume, and then we wait. I've set the language to English because this is what the text boxes are written in. And then you have a choice of voices. If you click over here on Set Voice to, you can see there's alto, which is a lowish women's voice. There's tenor, which is a higher men's voice. There's squeak and kitten, which are not verbal. And then there's giant, which is a low voice. So you can listen to the different voices like that. Tenor sounds like this.
Who are you?
Giant.
Who are you? Who are you?
Squeak actually is verbal.
Who are you?
Kitten is
Meow, meow, meow.
It's just
Meow,
meow.
meow, meow.
Something fun that I discovered is that you can change the voices, each voice with different accents if you put the language in English and then change to a different language.
Who are you? Who are you? Where are you?
That was weird. I don't think that reflects Dutch, but
What are you?
anyway, this is an opportunity to make some different languages, and you can always adjust the spelling if you know a language to make it sound a little bit clearer or more understandable and still give it an accent. Keep in mind too, if you don't specify which language, it will always continue every time you hit with the last language. Every time you hit the flag, it will take the last language it spoke. So you should clear at the beginning what language you want to start with. So if you want to start with English as the base language, just put set language to English, and you can change it for individual sprites and characters. So you can see with this, if I press the flag, I have English and I have the introduction to the buttons and their text.
Let's play Would You Rather. The choices are: toddler spills food I can eat but plays with my tail while I eat. Or toddler.
Okay, so you have those choices, and the buttons flash when they're talking about them. The important thing with the dialogue here is you see this bottom command which says broadcast intro done. That's to let all the sprites over here know that the intro is finished and the dialogue can proceed. In order to do those commands, you have to start in the events section, and it's at the very bottom when I receive, and then it will have a message. You have to pick one of these out and then write new message, and then you can type in whatever command you want. So then you'll see that here it's when I receive command is where you enter the definition of command. And then there's a section here, broadcast, so you can also choose the command there. So you pick the broadcast from one sprite, and then all the other sprites that are involved get the when I receive command. So I'm going to toss these at the moment, and we will look at the intro done command. I created this, and then I have put broadcast intro done at the bottom of the intro. Since the Doge is the next character that I would wish to talk, I give him the when I receive intro done so that he will be the next sprite to do something. I'm going to have him move and talk once he receives the intro done command. So he's going to do this and blah blah and say that, and then he's going to broadcast cat talk, so that will send the command to the cat sprite, and the cat sprite will start talking next. So to test this, I just click on here.
Hi, Grumpy Kitty. I am fine with it pulling my tail if the food is yummy.
Of course you are.
And then you see the cat talks next, and you heard it start. So of course when the cat starts talking, blah blah is the head moves, and then he talks.
Of course you are. You are a dog, and your tail is an abomination. I have seen you biting your tail to catch the fleas.
And you see, I have set his, he is speaking English, but I've set his language to French, so he has a French accent. And also then after him, I have broadcast Doge talk, so the conversation goes back to the Doge. So the Doge talk is a different command, and once he receives Doge talk, he says the next bit of the dialogue.
Well, let's see what this nice person thinks. Human, could you press button 1 or 2 for us?
This is a short program, so I'm going to end the back and forth right now and offer a choice to the user. Also, if you notice, the Doge was crooked at the end from the conversation, so if you stop it unexpectedly, he remains crooked and then starts off in the wrong position. So you can fix that easily by putting when clicked, point in direction 90, which makes him upright, and go to, this is his current position. So you see next I have brought up a pink color on the buttons so that they look like they need to be chosen. So I made little pink covers, and I put go to front layer when the user is offered a choice. Once they receive the user choice, when I receive user choice, it goes to the front layer and shows, and then when the sprite is clicked, and the sprite is just the button, not the whole picture, so that is important. So when the sprite clicks just on this button, the mouse clicks it, it will start speaking.
Okay, here's your food.
It says that phrase. So in order to make sure that a choice has been made and that we can't still press the same button again, or the other button, I have put some code in here. So I sent the button we just clicked, the sprite, the pink one, to go to the back layer. That means we can no longer click on it because it's disappeared essentially. It's no longer in contact with the mouse. I also put this command broadcast endgame, which will send a signal to the other sprites like button 2. So this choice will also be deactivated, because when I receive endgame, it will go also to the back layer. So both of the button covers will go to the back layer and be inaccessible, and the game will be over because you can't click either of them anymore. So that was a very simple way to structure a dialogue within a game. Thank you for listening. Please join the jam, submit a text, see what you can do as far as the dialogue goes, and then if you would like, you can follow how to implement that in a game, a very simple game. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Thank you very much.